Well, it's not every day that you see one of your favorite game makers of all time, developers, crash and burn overnight over a single decision. Battlestate Game has been making Escape from Tarkov for a long time now. Let me give you the exact date. It's been released since August 4th, 2016, so roughly 8 years now has this thing been out, and I have played a whopping 1,300 hours, or roughly, I think it's 56 days? 54, I apologize, of in-game playtime here. One of my most played games of all time. And overnight, they just got the whole entire community up in arms, me included, and a lot of people just kind of completely disappointed with them. I know some people got upset without playing my cute little intro out here that I paid money for, so I might as well use it. Cue the news. So what did Battlestate Games do to Escape from Tarkov? Now, I know some of you guys probably don't know what Escape from Tarkov is. It's a very hardcore extraction shooter game with a lot of customization, a lot of just in-depth knowledge. It's one of the most unique games out on the market. There's really nothing else like it, which is why I liked playing the game. There was nothing else like it. You could use all of your knowledge and experience to help benefit and make you better at the game and make you better than other players. There was a high skill ceiling in the game. So what did Escape from Tarkov do, you say? Well, they released a new Unheard Edition that cost $250, is complete pay to win, and also illegally took away some features from other editions of the game. They promise stuff to other people and they are not delivering after paying, an edition that costs $150, and they've been backing the game for, who knows how long, since maybe the launch of the game 8 years ago and anywhere in between. They're just not getting the content that they deserve. Now, there's been a lot of frustration with Tarkov gamers over the years, me included, and that's why I'm disappointed in making a video about this game. You guys know I've been enjoying Tarkov. I've put in plenty of my meme videos by now that I'm trying to sneak it in, and I need to say this because I feel like, just like Pokemon Go and other things like that, I can't let companies get away with doing this illegal stuff, and it needs to be brought to light. I care deeply about video games. I want people that enjoy video games to continue to enjoying it without getting screwed over by companies wanting to screw them over for more money. So what most people are upset about is not just the $250 tag, which, by the way, is a lot more with tax. It's not just $250. Sometimes it can be way more expensive with conversion rates and other things like that. If you're not in the US, I apologize for those abhorrent prices. But it's mostly the promise of DLC from a version that they bought before not being delivered. And by the way, that version is no longer available. They got rid of it. And trust me, there's a lot of scummy things going on here, but I'll start small and we'll start working our way up. One of the things they promised was a unique in-game weapon, which is this knife right here, which is a complete asset flip from the Unreal store. It's completely identical. You get this, and all they did was just buy it and plug and drop it inside of the game. Now, it's a real existing weapon. It's something that exists, but it's just plain lazy, all right? This right here is completely disgusting. Not that it matters too much, because most people that play the game are gonna replace it with a game that allows for extra extractions from maps called a Red Rebel. One of the features is adding a PvE-only co-op experience, which was actually a mod before. I kid you not, they took a mod from somebody else, dragged and dropped it inside of their own game, and made a paywall of $250, or if you have the Edge of Darkness edition from before, just an extra bonus $100 to upgrade to get that one feature that you were promised before. So not only did they rip off a modder's hard work, they're charging extra money for it. And by the way, Nikita, the developer of the game, the main guy behind it, and also his people that work on the game, said that they weren't planning any DLC for a PV mode ever. They never wanted it. And here they are adding it later after ripping off somebody else's hard work and plugging it into the game and charging people's money. And then they're also saying, hey, this doesn't count as DLC, which it actually is. It's downloadable content. The game's not even released yet, and they're adding things to it that's behind another paywall. So that's another thing that people are mad about. It's claiming it's not DLC. It's a unique feature with a new edition added. How can you add a new edition when the game's not even released yet? It's early access. It's been early access for 8 years. It hasn't released in 8 years. And the worst bit is when you log into the game, every single person is going to be reminded on the bottom right of the screen, me included, that says, hey, you got to buy the upgraded version down here below. You can't play this mode. It's literally in your face on the startup screen. It's right there on the bottom right. Can you believe that? It's like a slap in the face every time you boot up the game. Another thing that they added is basically only the $250 edition gets this unique radio command thing where they can call in their friends in the middle of a raid. And by the way, once you die in this game, it's GG, usually over. Every loot that you had on you is dropped if it's not shoved up your butt. But now with this new edition, you can use an item, pop it open, call in all the people in your friends list into the raid to help you out again. So like you could just resurrect your friends, and only these people that literally paid for this edition can do it. If that's not pay to win, I don't know. So you can only imagine that if you're running into a 5-man squad, and yes, you can have a 5-man squad of friends there, you kill 4 of them, one of them runs away, calls them all back, and they stream snipe you if you're streaming the game, run you down, and get all their loot back. They can just do that, which is insane. Now, honestly, I will say it kind of sucks if you die in a raid and all your homies are still alive, and being able to call them back into the raid is pretty cool. Nonetheless, so you can come back and, you know, get your stuff back and continue playing the raid. I think that part's pretty good. I just think this introduces more problems to the game. It's supposed to be hardcore, and now it's like, is it really at this point? I don't know. I'm not going to go over all the extra bonus items like extra containers and stuff and stash storage things that are basically, yes, kind of pay to win, but you can all get that in game anyway just from grinding the game. And after someone who's played the game so much and has over 100 million rubles in the game, which is a lot, by the way, just from playing the game casually, it's not that difficult to get all that stuff. But that's me coming from an experienced player. So maybe it is actually difficult. So I don't know. I don't even think I get the reason to say it's not difficult anymore. For a person that knows nothing about the game, it's probably heckin' difficult to get all that money. They also gated a new hideout area, which every character has a hideout, but now they're gating like a hideout only spot for these $250 edition, which is like, what's the point of this? Why did they get this special edition? Why not Edge of Darkness gets it? Isn't that DLC? Some people are memeing on it saying, here's your new unique zone. It's an ATM, pay us money and you can pay to win with it. Like it's ridiculous to me. Another feature that's kind of hard to explain, but with 6+ fence rep, scavs will not shoot you, and scavs are AI enemies on the map that will shoot at you if they see you, or like, you know, PvE encounters and stuff out there. They will try and kill you, take your loot and stuff like that, but they're relatively easy to deal with. They will straight up not shoot at you with this edition only from 60 meters away, which is insane. They just won't attack you. What is even the point of this? To make matters even worse, they went back into their promises of what Edge of Darkness edition was, and they made changes to it. They actually changed what you were promised in the edition that you bought, and they just changed it straight up. It used to say you were going to get free access to all subsequent DLCs, Season Pass, such as Escape from Tarkov, Arena, and also unique secure container 3x3 cells. You were promised you were only going to get that, and you were unique in this. But then it was changed to free access to all subsequent DLC Season Pass. They got rid of the Arena part, trying to give you an example of other DLCs, which is the Arena, and also, I would argue, the PvE content, trying to hide the fact that that's a DLC. And then they just changed it to secure container 3x3, no longer unique. From what I know, that's a crime. That is actual false advertisement, taking away what you bought and were promised as a product and not delivering it. That's cut and dry a criminal. They don't seem to comprehend that all subsequent DLC means all subsequent DLC and not just some of this other stuff doesn't count. No, all of it. It's all DLC. The PvE mode is downloadable content to the game. The hideout is downloadable content to the game. The other pay-to-win stuff, I couldn't give a rat's ass about that. That's not the problem here. The main issue is getting gated from this content that you were promised and not getting it delivered. To make matters worse, when a company, Arena Breakout Infinite, said, hey, we're taking all of you guys who are mad at Tarkov over, so you can say goodbye, try our stuff out. We're gonna give you some free keys just to try out our game. Another kind of looter arena shooter kind of thing like that, extraction thing, I don't know. And then Battlestate Games replied saying, have a nice 20-minute adventure in a blatant plagiarist game, in and out. And then there were community noting saying video games cannot be sued for plagiarism for simply being the same or similar category or genre. BSG would need to prove that this has been taken from EFT and used directly to begin with for legal claims of copyright infringement or plagiarism. So now they got some little kid slinging insults out here like an idiot after breaking the law themselves and claiming that other people are breaking the law. It's so stupid. I mean, the fact that their original tweet of PvE mode is unique feature with only available owners of the Unheard Edition got community knowing saying new game modes are generally accepted as DLC if put behind a paywall. Battlestate sold Edge of Darkness with the promise that they would receive free access to all subsequent DLCs. And it's in the web archive. They have it all there, screenshotted. I don't know what to say. And on top of it, the game has already been plagued by cheaters for like almost the entire game's lifespan. They haven't dealt with this problem. A lot of people were frustrated about the fact that they're just unable to cope with all these cheaters, and they have these ban waves, and then they sell packs of the game after these massive ban waves as discounted price in bundles for all the cheaters to get their games back and continue cheating, which is insane. A lot of people were like, are they doing this on purpose just to get free revenue? I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but after this kind of move out here, it's kind of hard to believe in them now. This recent wipe, which was an amazing wipe, by the way, I still got plagued with almost like at least 25% of my games having some sort of blatant cheater out there clearly walling, or even some just blatantly aimbotting us through cover, through like windows and other things, knowing exactly I had to hide underneath. They were wall banging me. And they just don't get banned sometimes. They just don't get banned. So I hope you understand my frustration and my immense disappointment to see one of my favorite games of all time, one of my most played ones, probably just behind behind World of Warcraft, which I probably have a year of my life on, and Counter-Strike, also a massive year of my life on that game. But this one, I think, is up there as one of my most played. It's so disappointing. And yes, they added some stuff recently, which was just cosmetics, or extra stash bait upgrades recently, and the community was fine with that because that's not really pay to win. That's just extra stuff, and we supported it. And then we're also met with this blatant pay to win stuff out, and also criminally not giving us what we were promised. That is where all the frustration and resentment is. I hate getting older and seeing all of my favorite franchises and game companies just destroy themselves. Kind of just like Nintendo when they were slapping content creators for making any games and giving them content strikes and stuff like that. And then eventually said, okay, it's okay to play our games, but we're gonna take all your money anyway. Now they're finally okay after being slapped in the face multiple times to say, don't do that, this is actually beneficial for you. And now they're okay with that. And I'm hoping this kind of video will help maybe correct whatever Nikita's thinking, whatever Escape from Tarkov devs are thinking, Battlestate Games. I'm just frustrated. They're doing something that's clearly criminal, trying to hide the evidence and lashing out at people calling them criminals instead. It's so childish. I don't understand or comprehend what's going on. Completely destroyed their goodwill and reputation, a hardcore community that they built up over 8 years of development of this game in just a singular night with this stupid, moronic, like completely disaster decision. I literally watched Tony and Asmongold rant about this, just live on stream. It's so depressing. It's so sad. Wow, Noble from the future here, and just when I thought the situation couldn't get any more tone deaf, Escape from Tarkov, or Battlestate Games, makes it even worse with yet another tweet that is just so stupid and more just filled with greed. It's disgusting. So they filled out regarding the Edge of Darkness edition out here. They're promising to give us more stuff, such as, you know, just stuff that really doesn't matter, such as faster return of insured items. I mean, stuff like that's cool, but it's not really needed. Unique hideout craft. I don't exactly know what the hideout craft is. It could just be some garbage, or it could be like, I don't know, that flare ability to shoot off so you can actually call in your homies. I don't know. Cosmetics, which are cool, but I mean, that's not what we're asking for. The main thing was, of course, to get the stuff that was promised to us. But now the kicker here is twofold here. High priority matching for Edge of Darkness owners for 6 months, and access to offline PvE for Edge of Darkness owners for 6 months. So this just raised 2 red flags here. One of them being, okay, instead of fixing cheaters, we're gonna give you guys this 6-month priority matching system for just 6 months, so you'll get a taste of something, and then we're going to take it away from you, and then we're also going to give you the PvE mode, but only for 6 months, and then you'll want to pay for it again. So you get that taste of something, and then you'll want to pay for it afterwards. I don't exactly know what this high priority matching for Edge of Darkness is, but if it involves just only Edge of Darkness people fighting Edge of Darkness people, rather than just random guys that just get the game for the first time and are most likely cheaters, that's something that a lot of people would want. And it's disgusting that if you don't pay for this edition, you'll be matched with cheaters. You have to pay more for it. Like, that's insane to me. Just the sheer amount of greed for this garbage is, I can't fathom what they're doing. What are they doing? They're just making it worse. The other stuff is like whatever. I mean, it's cool that you could get a special quest to get increased pocket size. That's one of the, you know, more interesting things. But knowing Tarkov quest design, which is some of the worst design quests and horrific things that you will ever do, that will take literally weeks to do some quests, I don't exactly know what it's going to entail. It could be something easy, or it could be something very insane. They promised permanent access to games, and now they're denying it still. They're gonna give you a taste of it, so it's like almost not illegal, because, you know, we are providing it, but just for 6 months. They're trying to like find a loophole here, and it's so disgusting. Money changes people, man, and this is just another example. I sincerely hope none of this crap happens to some of your favorite game developers out there, where they just turn full corporate EA mode out here and destroys one of your favorite games of all time. It's so demeaning, and I hope the video game corporations don't continue towards this trend. Regardless, I mean, if you're here this far, I thank you. Leave your comments and opinions down below. I'd love to hear them. If I missed anything, I might have. There might be more updates by the time this video goes live. I don't know. But right now, Battle State Games in a terrible state. I'm pissed off. Take care.